Hi everybody, I hope you all had a wonderful Eid. Welcome back to All of Your Business. This is Shehryar. We talk about economy. Right now, everybody is talking about the upcoming budget of Pakistan. Let's talk about the upcoming budget and the major developments regarding it with our guest, Mr. Mehtab Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum assalam.
How are you, sir?
I am fine.
Sir, first of all, I'm going to talk about the fixed tax scheme for retailers. So, what is it about? And would you like to tell our audience about it in very simple words?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much for having me. Actually, Government of Pakistan is negotiating a fixed scheme for retailers.
Okay.
Because retailers, in terms of GDP, are contributing more than 20-25%. But their contribution into taxes is negligible. So keeping in view this aspect, Ministry of Finance and the retailers community have negotiated a fixed scheme that will be brought into the next finance bill of 26-27. It might be announced either before the budget, or it might be unveiled on the occasion of the upcoming budget. The major contours of the upcoming fixed retail schemes, that any retailers whose turnover is less than 200 million rupees per annum, he will be supposed to pay 1% tax, and the minimum he will have to pay rupees 25,000.
Okay.
Tax as its liability. But there will be certain conditionalities for availing this scheme. For instance, if the FBR finds any major discrepancy on account of income or assets of the beneficiary of this scheme, the FBR will conduct audit. But in case there is no discrepancy, there will be no audit. And the second, if someone is not availing the normal tax regime or this upcoming scheme, the FBR will be authorized to charge certain amount of penalties in order to promote the tax compliance in Pakistan. So this scheme is in the offing, but I want to remind one thing, that in last 25 to 30 years period, we have seen that the FBR had introduced almost more than 12 such schemes in the past, especially on account of income tax as well as on the sales tax. But every time FBR didn't succeed. So it is hoped that this time this fixed scheme will be succeeded, and there are around 3.6 million retailers operating in Pakistan. So it is hoped that maximum will be entering into this scheme and avail another opportunity which the government intends to provide them for contributing into the national kitty.
Right. Sir, next question is about the economic survey, and it is going to be launched before budget. There are reports of getting it launched before the budget. What are the salient features of the economic survey, and how do you see it?
Actually, Pakistan has achieved a provisional growth of 3.7% with the contribution of the agriculture sector, industrial sector, and the services sector. And overall, Pakistan's growth target was invested to the tune of 4.2%, although it was missed, but Pakistan's performance remained better because we have been able to inch closer to the desired target. And in the upcoming economic survey, which is going to be launched before the announcement of the next fiscal year's budget, Pakistan's economy was able to achieve stabilization under the IMF program. But now there is a challenge that we have to move towards high growth trajectory after achieving this stabilization. And this stabilization was achieved after hard work of last 4 to 5 years period, where we have undergone through two tedious IMF programs of standby arrangement, and then it was extended into the extended funds facility, where we have fulfilled all the major conditions of the IMF that enabled Pakistan to pass through the half of the IMF program. And now there is a challenge that how we are going to achieve the high growth trajectory in the next 2 to 3 years period, because it is necessary, because we have achieved stabilization, but in order to dent rising poverty and unemployment, it is necessary to move towards the higher growth. And higher growth will only be achieved with the increased economic activities in agriculture sector, in industrial sector, as well as in the services sector.
Right. So since the fiscal year is about to be concluded soon, let's talk about the per capita income. That there were reports, and it had climbed to $1901 in figures, and Pakistan's economy has grown 3.7% in the outgoing fiscal year. So, were the annual targets met?
Actually, I have described that we have inched closer to the GDP growth target, which we have invested 4.2%, but we have the provisional number as stating that we have achieved 3.7% GDP growth.
Right.
On account of per capita income, it has gone up.
Right.
In dollar terms, but keeping in view the increased population size, despite this fact, this year we have witnessed that the overall per capita income has gone up, and it shows that the economy is now picking up the pace, and in dollar terms, the per capita income of the Pakistani population has gone up almost more than $150 in this financial year. But there is a need to promote growth on higher and sustained basis in order to improve the overall purchasing power of the population of Pakistani.
Right. So since the budget is coming in, all eyes are on budget. So I would really like you to talk about that, how this and the coming fiscal year could be for the salaried class people. Is it going to be very difficult for them, or there could be reliefs for them?
Actually, the government is working on two proposals.
Right.
One is to increase the salaries and pensions of the public sector employees and the retired people who have rendered their services for Pakistan, and now they are dependent more on the fixed income on account of their pensions.
So all of the retired people?
Yes.
Or there is certain time period?
Public sector employees. Okay. So one proposal is to increase modest increase in their salaries and pension in the range of 7.5%, but government may consider it to jack it up to close to 10%, because recently the government is working, Ministry of Finance is working to send proposals before the cabinet, and the federal cabinet is going to take the final decision on account of salaries and the pension increase. And the second proposal is related to the some kind of reduction in the salary slabs. but it is under discussion with the IMF. Although the government has proposed that there should be some increase for the first slab, and there must be a fixed tax for the first slabs related to 0.6 million to 1.2 million, and for other slabs they have sought some kind of reduction in the range of 2.5 to 5%, but it depends upon the approval and the consent granted by the IMF. So it is hard to give any premature judgment on this issue, but it is hoped that there might be some reduction in the overall salary slabs, especially for the lower and middle income earners.
Right, right. Thank you so much, sir.
Always welcome.
That was all for today. If you want us to talk more about economy, if you want us to talk more about the budget, do let us know in the comments. Till then, keep watching All of Your Business. This is Shahryar signing off.